People don't experience life. They experience the life they focus on. So if you don't use your mind will use you. If you're happy, you are deleting all the things you could be pissed off about or frustrated or worried about in the world. If you're unhappy, you're deleting all the things that are great in your life.
Wow.
And our brains delete and they distort and they generalize. So if you don't direct it, you get whatever shows up. What's wrong is always available. What's wrong in the world, it's always available. What's right is also available. It's just which one you pick. And it isn't about positive thinking, because I've never been into positive thinking. People think that's what I do. It's not. I believe in intelligence. And so when you're in a lousy state of mind, you treat people poorly, you don't perform at the highest level, you're not happy. Yeah. When you're in a great state of mind, you treat people better, perform at a different place. And it's one of the reasons the humor is so valuable. Yeah. It changes people's state. And all of a sudden they're in a different place. They respond in a different place when they're laughing than when they're pissed off. So why not train yourself to do that? There's 3 decisions you're making every moment you're alive. The first one is, what are you gonna focus on? Now, when I say make these decisions, Theo, I don't mean you're making them all consciously, right? So whatever you focus on, that's what you feel. If you're supposed to meet your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever at 7 o'clock, you get there at 7, they're not there. Some people are pissed off, some people are worried. It's the same event. If it's 7:30 and they're not there, they've not called, they've not texted. Now what are you feeling? Some people, I'm really pissed off, I'm really worried. But the point is, whether you're angry or whether you're worried had nothing to do with the event. It's the habits of your mind. The person who's worried thinks, well, maybe they're in a car accident. The person's pissed off, they did it again. So the first decision you make is, what are you gonna focus on? And most people have patterns of focus. You tend to focus more on what you have or what's missing.
What's missing?
You tend to focus more on what you can control or what you can't control.
Probably what I can control, but it's out of desperation because I feel like I have to control everything.
Well, that's not a bad thing. You can't control everything, right? It's an illusion, but you can influence so much. You can control everything in you.
Okay.
And then the third one, do you tend to focus more on the past, the present, or the future?
The past.
So those 3 patterns, if you do all 3 of them, if you constantly look at what's missing, it's hard to ever stay fulfilled or happy. So you have to always do something to try to make yourself happy, because you're always noticing what's missing. That's just where your focus goes. There's always something missing. There's always something that's not missing. There's always something beautiful. If you focus on what you have, you're gonna be more fulfilled. Second one, if you focus on what you can control, what you do, it's why you have your own business, it's why who you are. A lot of people focus on what they can't control. It's overwhelming, they're stressed out, they think of all those things. So if you constantly focus on what's missing, you can't control, and the past, which you can't change, what that makes is either angry or sad or frustrated or depressed. We have to re-engineer ourselves to the times we're in. The path of least resistance never makes you happy. You have to push yourself. When people talk about self-esteem, I hate this term. So many kids were taught to get a participation trophy for something, and they thought, I'm gonna build their self-esteem this way. People can tell your whole life you're a piece of crap, and your brain can go, screw you, I'll show you, and you become somebody. People your whole life can tell you you're beautiful, you're perfect, you're the best, and you can still not believe them, be depressed about your life and think you're nobody. Your life self-esteem, your self-esteem, esteem for yourself, is earned by you doing something difficult for you. The purpose of life is not just to get your goals. Your goals or you're getting what you want doesn't make you happy. What makes you happy is who you become in pursuit of those goals. So the growth, the progress, even if you don't achieve it yet, but you start losing weight, or you start building muscle, or you start making your relationship better, or you start to build a business, the progress is what makes you feel alive, because we're all made to either grow or die. If your relationship's not growing, it's dying. If your business is not growing, it's dying. There's no in-between. That doesn't work. So, and when you grow, you have something to give. And what makes people fulfilled is growing and giving, sharing it with somebody, because there's only so much joy you can have by yourself. That's why whenever something great happens, most of us want to tell someone, share it with somebody we love, because when you share it, it magnifies it. So that's really what we're trying to show people, is how to create that kind of progress. You need a path. And so if you want to make your relationship better, your business better, your life better, it starts with knowing what you want. You gotta say, what do I want? Why do I want it? And what kind of person would I have to be to have that stay? And then you got a second step where you got to tell yourself, find and tell yourself the truth, which is there's a gap between where I am and where I want to be, and don't bullshit yourself. Because the reason you don't grow out of it is you have to see what's causing you to have that gap. And it's one of only a couple things. Either you got fear, so you're not taking action, or you might have, for example, some limiting beliefs like it never works, I've tried everything, the good ones are gone, so you don't even begin. Or you might have some emotion gets in the way, or a bad habit, or maybe you're just missing the skill. Like no one's ever taught you how to make money or grow a business or have a great relationship. So you're learning on the job, and it's painful to learn on the job. So I've always said, find somebody who's extraordinary at something, or many people. Figure out what they're doing and do that. It's called modeling. Instead of reinventing the wheel. Now you're gonna add yourself to it, but modeling gives you the pathway to power. And then once you know what you want, why you want it, you're honest about the gap, you come up with a quick plan, not a perfect one, and you start taking action, and then you face your demons, you slay your dragons. What needs to change? Like, okay, I'm never gonna have a relationship if I'm numb all the time, so I gotta change this. It's hard, but I'm gonna do the hard thing. And when you do the hard thing, you get momentum. And then what was hard becomes easy after a while. And that's really the secret. Shame is one of the most negative emotions because what it does is it shrinks everything in you and it puts you in such a negative state that your energy drops. So think of it this way, when your energy is really low, you do very little to change things, everything seems impossible, you don't respond to other people the same level. When you're super high energy, you've done whatever it takes, you're either excited about your future or your present, or you're working on yourself, or you're working out like running, and you're that high energy, the same problem happened, you can laugh at it, crack a joke at it, and it's easy, right? So your energy level with certain emotions increase and other emotions goes to the floor. And when you beat yourself up, or you have shame or anything like that, your energy goes down and then it's even harder to change, which then creates more shame. See, I said I was gonna change, I didn't change. What's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? And then you start building up a story that it's something wrong with you. And what I try to explain to people, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, you don't need to be fixed. I'm not here to be your guru. What you need is there's some patterns, some habits in the way you use your mind and your body. If we change those habits, you'll have a different experience.